Yo, hello guys. So, I showed you some gameplay of this Magic Find build. I have been playing it for like 2 days now, maybe less than 2 days. I have not been playing a lot since I put this together. Maximum to have done like, I don't know, 50 maps. And the outcome is I've dropped like, I don't know, 5 or 6 raw divines, perfect jewelers, and some other top tier stuff. I always drop exalted and other currency, always from a monster, almost always. Okay, but the build totally has 235 increased rarity. I believe about 250 you there is a breakpoint that if you have like 40% quantity in your maps, for example, where no, there's no quantity here. I had quantity somewhere, I'm sure. There, like 18 quantity. If you push it maybe 20% or more, and you have some quantity in your maps, for example, quantity there. You see? If totally there is like 40 or 50% quantity and you have 250 rarity in your build and some extra rarity in your maps, you will drop a divine for sure. One mob will drop a divine or a perfect jewelers or something. The Atlas tree I'm using is this one. I saw this in a video where he actually increases the monsters, the tablets dropped, the tablet effects, and the packs also, the rare monsters, magic monsters. So ideally, every map you want to have like this increased magic pack size, magic monsters, increased magic monsters, pack size, rarity, those kind of stuff. What is actually really bad is Burning Ground. It's very bad. Temporal change is okay, but Burning Ground is not very good for your build because we are using Mind over Matter, and we have less mana recovery rate. We actually don't invest much to mana recovery rate. So when you are standing on a burning ground, you are losing mana very fast. So when mana is over, you cannot reload your weapon. You cannot, and he stays like this. He cannot shoot, especially if you are using permafrost bolts, which is like a shotgun, and it reloads every time. Your mana drains very fast, and if you are standing on a burning ground, you cannot shoot, and you get surrounded. Of course, we have some instant recovery from our belt, so we can do this and shoot one enemy. The enemy changes of the screen, and GG. But it's very hard, especially when the state of ritual is like this. There are always obstacles. You cannot step anywhere. There's probably gonna be burning ground somewhere in there, and you're gonna get killed. So we don't want that. What you do on bosses, we have a weapon swap. So every time we shoot a Stormcaller arrow, we are using this bow and this quiver, and we have too much shock supports, too many shock supports, like lasting shock, overcharge, lightning exposure, strip away. So we have exposure and shock. So when we shoot, we expose them to lightning damage, we shock them, and we also cast voltaic mark on them. So the magnitude of shock is bigger. So we start shooting our shock burst rounds very fast, and if you see here, look at the DPS. See? Every time I reload, gets bigger. Because of press clip. We're using concentrated effect because the pulse actually makes too much damage. If I take this off, boom, not that much. It's actually a really good buff. Big DPS increase. Press clip, martial tempo, and bullseye. Bullseye because we get more accuracy rating and we scale it. Come on. We scale it with Falcon Dive. And because we are using a Gemling, we scale very good with dexterity. If you see here, I have like a 111 strength, which I don't really need strength. It's only a requirement for the crossbow. Actually, I don't even know how I can use it. Actually, I think it's less requirements somehow. Yeah, attribute requirements can be satisfied of gems. This is of gems. I don't know. I have no idea how I can use this when it's 116 strength and I have 111. It's probably bugged. I don't know. What we prioritize is increased elemental damage with attacks and plus to all projectile skills, and some attack speed is okay. 2 life per enemy hit is okay, but what you want for your soul cores is to put these ones, so you do more elemental damage. We don't care about this DPS. My previous one was this one. It had a decent amount of DPS, of total DPS, but it was +2 to all projectiles. Gave me some strength, some attack speed. This base is the best. Expert Bombard. It's a very good base. Good attack speed, good reload time. But I changed it to this because it was cheaper to get more elemental damage. And it actually is a little bit more DPS, to be honest. All of our gear except this one. This one actually was the most expensive piece. It was like 4 divines. The rest is like cheaper. Maybe the belt was a little my previous belt. Which one was it? I don't remember. Anyways, some gear is expensive. For example, this one was not too expensive, but it was pretty expensive. This one was expensive. This one was pretty damn expensive. This one was also expensive. But if you see, we have rarity everywhere. If we had ingenuity and we got 1+1 charm slot from our tree, we would change the whole build. For example, now we need elemental resistances. If you don't, you need an ingenuity like this. It gives me like 60% of my elemental resistance. Look. Boom, nothing. 16%, 20%, nothing, bro. No resist. I put this on, I'm capped almost. Cold is not capped, and chaos is not capped. Because I changed this to cold, barely reaching the cap. You don't actually need to be tanky. You need rarity. Get some life, get some mana, okay. But the main thing of this build is rarity. It's a magic find build. You don't need it to be tanky. You need to drop divines. And that's why you cannot do pinnacle bosses. You can do map bosses, okay, but you cannot do pinnacle bosses. Unless you have some extreme mirror tier crossbow, and you have the damage. If that's not the case, you cannot. We don't prioritize intelligence stacking or dexterity stacking. This is enough. This is more than enough to do damage to tier 15, tier 16 maps. I prefer to run a little bit smoother and play tier 14 and tier 15. Smoother experience. I don't want to sweat too much. I want chill gameplay, and I still drop divines and perfect jewelers. We also have Plasma Blast. For example, if a boss is doing its animation, you can shoot him before, and it has a lot of DPS. It has like 80,000. The other guy came.
Yes.
Not here.
Indeed.
Let's say here. He came and put it like this. What am I, an animal? To have to hover over your damn items or your damn currency? No, I'm not an animal, bro. If you want the item, trade like a human. Learn to trade like a human.
Hello.
Did I actually disenchant this? I probably did, I'm stupid as fuck, but anyways. So if you want to trade, guys, you do not like normal humans. You do not trade like animals. I will ignore every single one person that comes into my hideout to trade and does like this. It's bugged because I weapon swapped. There is a bug, and also auto aim for crossbow. It's fucking shit. Look, I was aiming the other way and he shoot here. What the fuck is there? Auto aim where? At least fix it. If you wanna do auto aim, fix it. At least. I cannot play tier 16 maps with Delirium, but Una's loot is fixed. Okay, bro, Una's loot is fixed. Now I can play Delirium? No. Optimize the performance of the game. I have an i7 and it is almost always bottlenecking my whole game. i7 processor, minimum is i5. Yeah, of course. And I can't run Delirium. My GPU is very good, it's 8 gigs of VRAM. What do you want to have, a spaceship to run this game? No, optimize the game perfectly, like you should. So I don't have to buy a new PC again. 2 times I upgrade for PoE1, because every patch it's becoming fucked. It's getting fucked, bro. PoE1, update after update, I delete shader cache again and again and again. I delete shader cache, but it's getting even laggier. Optimize the game. I understand that a lot of processes is happening about the damage you are doing. A lot of factors must be taken into consideration, but you can optimize it better. Don't be lazy about this. Be lazy about MTX. I don't care about MTX. I will not buy a single piece of cosmetic or stashed up if you don't optimize your game. If you optimize it, okay, I will buy. I will buy Stats, MTX, what I did in Path of Exile 1 after they fixed it. They kinda fixed it at some point after 10 years. But GDG ignores everyone for 10 years and then they decide to fix it. If I say something about the campaign, about everything, they're gonna answer. If I say that my game is lagging, they will not answer. They will leave it like this. It's your PC. Of course, yes, it's my PC. My $5,000 PC is the fault of this lag. Of course it is. I can play every single game in 120 FPS, and it's my PC. Anyways, about the build, it's a magic finder. You don't. It's not very tanky. Like it can handle a slam, but your mana is fucked, and half of your life is fucked. It's tanky for what it does. Okay, it's a very good build. They need to fix the crossbow. There are too many bugs with interactions, including the crossbow. I don't like auto aim. This auto aim shit. I don't know how it interacts with controllers, but on mouse and keyboard, it's almost unplayable. It makes me very mad every game because if I kill the enemy, he is still targeting the enemy, and if I try to shoot, he doesn't shoot. And then some audio bugs come place, and everything is getting chain bugged, and sometimes the game crashes. It just crashes, or it lags, or something. Anyways, it's a very good build for a magic find. You can absolutely push more rarity. For example, here I have only 20% rarity. Um, this is good for me, the cold damage to attacks, because I still don't have a. I need a gem, sorry, a jewel with extra cold damage, as extra cold damage. For now, I have anointed this 5% of damage as extra cold damage and some freeze build-up. But we can definitely use our anoint to anoint this, blurred motion, increase dexterity, increase accuracy, increase attack speed, which it doubles our attack speed. It extremely double dips with every single factor that increases our attack speed. For example, dexterity gives us accuracy, and it has increased accuracy. So if we increase our dexterity, our accuracy gets increased, and then the accuracy gets increased, and then the attack speed gets increased. If we increase our accuracy, we increase our attack speed again with Falcon Dive. So it's crazy to anoint this. If you have some extra damage, like a magic jewel or something, if you have the currency, I made this a budget version. So I try to stay in the budget. I don't do crazy stuff. For example, this was one divine at the time when I bought it. You can take this node as well. It's a very good node. Or we can also anoint, where is it? Here. We can also anoint this. It's very good. Increased maximum energy shield, increased mana, increased intelligence, more damage. I would definitely go for this one, but this is a good option too. Most people go from this side. I prefer to go this side because it saves me one extra node, and I can also do this for the weapon swap. So more shock, magnitude of shock, shock duration. It's very good. Of course, Falcon technique, absolutely. This I prefer to go for a high roll warrior to get more evasion to get this. So we have some more evasion, 63% evasion. I could definitely, if you have ingenuity and you have a good evasion armor, you can definitely go for acrobatics, and then you will be much better. But I prefer this for now as a budget version. Of course, we are using 3 heralds, so Common Calamity is very good for us. It double dips our herald damage. We are using the double herald technique for Herald of Thunder and Herald of Ice, so we can do chain explosions. If you are playing a lower tier map, you can also put this ring on instead of our amethyst ring. So we do much bigger explosions, much easier explosions. Of course, we combine maximum lightning damage with uh, with lightning rod, which makes our non-critical hits not lucky, and we do not invest into crit in any of our skills. So what this does, it makes a bar. For example, this is the bar, and your damage is from 1 to 4. If the first time the damage is 2 and the second time is 4, it keeps the 4. It always chooses between it calculates 2 times and it keeps the higher number and it does the damage. And that's very good to scale with this branch here, which increases our lightning damage by a lot, but not that much. But if you have like 500 intelligence, it would be much more efficient. Of course, intelligence, we do not have that much pen invested into the build and not much damage because we need to magic find. We are using this for our heralds to chain more easily. Hits ignore non-negative elemental resistance of frozen enemies, so when a herald explodes and it freezes the next enemy is like he has zero resistance, so he can die more easily, faster, and do the next chain, and it chains to the whole screen. Also, this is very good. I think Herald counts as hit, so as they freeze, Herald of Ice shocks them and hits them, and they take so much increased damage. About the jewels, more cold damage, increased actually, increased chance to shock, 1% of mana recovery on kill, and increased area of effect. Damage penetrates 10% lightning resistance, increased damage with crossbows, debuffs on you expire faster, doesn't matter, increased crossbow reload speed. We need some reload speed. Increased lightning damage, attack speed, projectile damage, attack speed. Some movement speed, some penetration, some damage. Mana on kill, area of effect, meta skills. I can change this actually because I was using it when I did the custom shock. I tried it, it's not very good, at least for magic find. Of course, some extra damage is not bad at all. I got this very cheap, just for you to know, like one divine or something. Shock duration, of course. Reload. I used to have this, but I don't need it anymore because I have so much reload speed on my jewels. That's the tree. I will probably have a guide link to it. It's a very simple tree, nothing crazy. About our gear, of course, prioritize increased elemental damage, Hand of Wisdom and Action, Of course, everywhere rarity, and as Kappa soul core for rarity, everywhere we can. You don't have to use asphyxia. I like it because it has some extra attack speed. That's it. I don't like to be frozen at all, so I get. I used to have this from the tree, but I changed my belt to this. That's why I don't have capped cold resistance. And I don't like to get frozen at all. And of course, golden charm for some increased rarity when we kill a rare or unique enemy. Flask, I like this because 20% of recovery applied instantly, and 20% from this it's 40%. So 40% of 1000 means 400 life is applied instantly, and we want as much mana as possible because we have a big mana pool. It's about 1/3 of our mana pool, and we are taking damage from mana. We constantly press our mana flask, not as much as other builds, like a Deadeye, for example, not as much. But we do that because our mana drains easily. Other than that, there's nothing to it. You will definitely drop some divines. You will definitely drop some extra currency, some extra stuff you can sell for currency. Too many uniques. You can change uniques to Kejuli here. You can disenchant them for chance shards, and then you go into your Gamba tab, and you do what? How much we have? 8. You go to Alva. The ratio is a bit scuffed, but doesn't matter. And you do this, and you lose all your money. Of course, it's one exact item. How are we gonna make it back? Boom! We made it back. Have fun with the build. I will try to do some trial master again and see if I can beat him this time with this crossbow, because it has 2% life per enemy hit. The other one didn't. I can maybe sustain more. I almost killed him last time. Good luck and have fun, guys.